Hey, I hope you can hear me okay. I'm in the bathroom. I'm not using the bathroom. I'm actually in here just braiding my hair. I did like a co-wash earlier today, and it's nearly dry, so I'm just going through and putting what is this? Curl souffle in it and some mousse, and then I'm braiding it. So I'm gonna do some type of braid out style tomorrow. So I'm just gonna let it, once I finish braiding it, I'm just gonna let it sit and I'm gonna wrap it up and then just let it, sit and do its thing and hopefully have a really cute pattern tomorrow. But hey, you guys, it's me, Delores, the pastor's daughter. It looks like you guys can hear me okay, but let me just do a quick check and make sure because I don't have like a microphone or anything plugged in. I actually was just I laid down to take a nap, but I didn't fall asleep. And so I decided to get up and braid my hair and then try to go back to sleep after this. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Here it is. Hold on, y'all. It's like a little muffled, huh? Tomorrow. It's a little muffled, but it's fine. Like, what do you guys think? Like, if it annoys you, just let me know, okay? But if you don't mind, just go ahead and hit the like button. I'm just gonna talk to y'all for a minute because sometimes when it's just, especially when it's like super late, I have a lot of like just random thoughts and stuff. And so one of the random thoughts I was having was, um, and as it relates to neutralizing the narcissist, okay? Like, okay, I know you probably have never heard this, right? Because I think I actually made it up. So I don't really know if it's a thing, right? But I think it's worth posing the question because I have done something a little different than what really any counselor or anything would recommend. I basically expose the narcissist, right? Now, any counselor or anything that you talk to is pretty much going to recommend that you not do that. And the reason is because there's no benefit to it. In fact, more than likely, you're going to be the one to get the bad end of it, right? The bad end of exposing a narcissist. It's really not going to end well for you. Because let me tell you what happens, right? All of the behavior that I engaged in, that you guys have seen me engage in over the past 2 years, when I started speaking out about my father and spiritual abuse and everything that was happening in the church and within our family, um, in all honesty, it could have gotten me into a lot of trouble. You know, like the average person, I believe it would have gotten them into a lot of trouble, which is why I did it, right? Because the the average person, that deals with narcissistic abuse needs to see a narcissist being called out, right? They need to see that. I needed to see it when, when I discovered that my father is a narcissist. I just wanted to find somewhere where, someone called it out, exposed it, and there was some type of outcome that could be documented so that you know what to expect, right? And you know how to handle your own situation. Well, see, that didn't too much exist. In fact, what most people will tell you is that you shouldn't do it because it's going to make you look bad. And we have seen that it did. It did make me look bad. Um, there were instances where I had to apologize for my behavior. I had to rethink things. I had to, pretty much ghost, social media and just take some time to reflect and, get myself together. I've had to seek counseling. You guys know I have been in counseling since 2012. You know, I wrote a book about it, but, on the behind the scenes end of things, behind closed doors, it's been an ordeal. It's been an ordeal exposing the narcissist. But here's the thing. I still did it. And I did it because I knew that my father couldn't hurt me. There was nothing he could do. I'd already been medically retired from the military. I've already been diagnosed with PTSD, CPS, PTSD, with depression, with anxiety, among other things, right? I have mental health diagnoses. So it's like, what exactly is he going to say to discredit me? He really couldn't, even though he tried. You know, you can imagine that a father tried to discredit his only daughter when she simply is asking for him to be accountable for the behavior that he engaged in, for the abuse that he inflicted, right? You would think that that one would just be interested in doing it, especially when it's a pastor, right? You guys know that my father is a narcissistic pastor. And so I think about this, right? I think about um, the strong stand that my father has taken, even in the face of him being exposed to his family members, to his congregation, to friends and all of that stuff. He still had decided not to step down or to take any time to just reflect on his behavior. Take a sabbatical just to get yourself back in spiritual alignment. I can't say back in because I can't ever say he was in, but at least to get into some type of spiritual alignment, to at least reflect on his behavior, to take accountability, responsibility, to make amends, anything. He didn't do anything. In fact, what he did was what we all pretty much didn't expect him to do, which was took to social media and made a mockery of all of it, you know, of my book, of my experience, of my truth, you know, of the pain that he caused the family, of the pain that he caused the whole congregation. And I would have never expected that he would do that, that he would take that stance. I mean, why would he? You know, why would he? But I also have to acknowledge that because of what I have done, right? That his behavior has been altered. Now, I don't know if I would go as far as to say that I have neutralized him, but I would say that his behavior has drastically been altered because exposing him meant that a lot of eyes were on him. It meant that we actually formed a bit of a community of people who were like, hey, let's all look at this, right? So you guys have started watching his videos more. You've been analyzing, his behavior. Some of you have been, contacting me and, alerting me of different things that you have seen and heard and all of that stuff, right? So by some accounts, there has been a bit of a neutralization. At least we've been able to alter his behavior. And I think that we have been able to at least keep him from being his best, worst self, if that makes sense. That even though he has still engaged in bad behavior, because we have been watching him so closely, we may have been a bit successful at altering behavior, at least for our own safety, even if not for those who are still directly in contact with him. And so I guess, my thought process is that if that's the case, that is this something that we can duplicate? Is it something that we can say, hey, if we at least expose these people, if we build a community of people who are saying, hey, we're going to watch this person, we're going to keep our eyes on this person, we're going to keep our ears on this person, we're going to monitor this person's behavior, right? As a community. But is it possible that we can make our community safer, at least in the sense of letting that person know, hey, you're not going to just get away with what you're doing because we are watching you. Think about it. Just think about that. And I don't want to have any false hope or any, naivete. And I'm not going to be naive about the situation. I mean, I know who we're dealing with. There is no reconciliation. There is no reestablishing contact. There is none of that. Okay. So don't think for 1 minute that if you neutralize this person in some way or you've altered their behavior in some way, that you have done a thing. Okay. Because it's not a thing. And I'm not for once even thinking that I've done a thing. This is totally a God thing. This is not a Delores the pastor's daughter thing. Okay. And I'm fully aware of that. And I also want you to be fully aware of that. But what I believe is that as a community, not as an individual, but as a community of like-minded believers, right? Because not all of you were like-minded. Some of you went over there and you watched him and you encouraged him. You encouraged him, knowing full well that he didn't even take one Sunday off to at least reflect on his behavior. And that is not godly. That is not biblical. He won't even confess it. He won't even take responsibility for it. But you're over there and you're encouraging him. Won't even get in my comments and say one word. Won't even say I'm praying for you. But at that, with that type of behavior, I don't even want you praying for me. Don't pray for me, as a matter of fact. Like, let me just make that clear, because your prayers are not going to be in my best interest. They're not on my behalf. And I don't really know who you're praying to. But I know it couldn't possibly be right, because you can't really logically justify that in your mind to be over there with a known abuser documented and be encouraging him to preach the word of God, but never saying anything about him taking accountability and responsibility before he ever gets in that pulpit. That is wrong. And the world is watching. The world is watching. But at least when they're watching this, they will see how a community of like-minded believers, which is what the Bible says we should be doing, and how we should be fellowshipping and organizing ourselves. They're going to see that we are actually doing what is right. They're going to see what it really does mean to love one another. Because there's no way you could say that you love anyone and be over there supporting continued bad behavior. If you're wondering what these extra sounds are in the background, it's me doing this squirting the blue side of the bottle and picking up and putting down my comb and everything else. I hope this turns out cute, you guys, because you guys know my hair doesn't really like to act right. In fact, I am starting my micro-locks journey around the middle of the month. I have my appointment already set up. I have my consultation done. If you guys are on my Facebook page, then you saw part of the consultation. It was only part of it. It wasn't the whole thing, but yeah, so I'm excited about that. I feel like it's gonna mean something different for me. Like, it's gonna mean something for me. Anytime a woman changes her hair, it means something. But I'm not cutting my hair. So it doesn't, it's not the same as, the same meaning as when a woman cuts her hair, I am actually locking my hair. And I feel like um, that's a divine thing, you know, that's a divine thing. So it's part of this, you know, spiritual awakening and all of that journey for me, like that's how it's turning out for me. And I'm super excited about doing it. You know, my son has actually been the one trying to convince me to do it. He's locked. He's been locked for over a year. I'm not even sure exactly how long, but so I'm excited to kind of share that, share that with him, share that connection, because it does seem like people who have locks, like it's like a little community, Speaking of community. So, I'm excited to share that with him, Um, but yeah, so like what I was saying is, do you guys think that that's a thing? Like, do you think that we were able to somewhat accomplish that? Maybe we didn't neutralize him. Maybe that's a stretch, you know, to say that we kind of like, you know, put him in a position or at least got him in a place where he can't really be violent or he can't really do anything without us knowing it. So he's being on his best behavior, because we have so many people looking at him and kind of like watching his behavior, whatever. And if that is what has happened, can we duplicate that? Can we duplicate that? And I'm thinking we can, y'all. Like, I really believe that if we were watching them, if we were watching these narcissists, if we formed a community of people who could discern their behavior, teach each other about that behavior, right? Demonstrate, like showing it, how like I show you guys like different videos and stuff, different shows where I see people engaging in narcissistic type behavior. They're showing signs of concern, especially towards daughters. What if we could really help each other make things safer, help each other to be smarter, to make smarter decisions, and who we're dealing with, like who we allow to be in leadership over us, you know what I'm saying? Like in spiritual leadership, in government leadership, in financial, you know what I'm saying? Like, what if we could actually form a community of discerners, right? People who know how to analyze things and make better decisions. Because that's what happened. That's what happened. It was a community of discerners. And I bet you guys, I could probably name everybody on two hands. Maybe 2 hands and 2 feet. You know what I'm saying? Maybe 2 hands and 2 feet. Feet with an S, okay? But it didn't take many. But then, it kind of did. It just took the right ones. I guess is a better way to say it. It wasn't a whole lot of us. But the ones of us that it was are a powerful group, right? We're a no-nonsense group. Like, we will turn on our investigative skills, okay? We turn on our analytic skills, our body analysis, language, you know what I'm saying? Body language analysis skills and everything else, too, okay? Like, we turn on those God-given skills and stuff that we have learned throughout the years, Like, how do you just go through life and never learn anything, like anything that you can, use in future situations? But see, that's what we did. We all took our collective knowledge and expertise. And you know what? It took it all. It took all of our collective knowledge and expertise in order to watch that narcissist that is my father. It took all of us. And it continues to take all of us. Both men and women, okay? Because this is not just a group of women, mostly women, but we have a few mighty men on the team, and they don't play. And I'm telling you, that's all we really need. And maybe we don't need to call it neutralizing the narcissist. Maybe that's a stretch. Or maybe it's not. I don't know. Y'all tell me. Y'all tell me what you think. Now, don't, okay, first of all, don't take this to mean that he over there really being on his best behavior, because he really not, okay? And I haven't told y'all about the emails. I haven't told y'all about the mess. I haven't told y'all about the ongoing stuff. Because really, I just really wanted to keep him neutralized. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we all exist on this earth. But with a narcissist, it's almost like they make it where you can't even coexist with them. Because their whole entire aim is to steal, kill, and destroy you. So even though what we wanted to do was just get away from him, that was the crime. That's the violation. You can't go. Like, who do you think you are? You were born for my purposes, to serve my purposes. That's how he thinks. That is exactly how he thinks. And it's like, if you are not here to serve me, then it's like you don't even need to be on this earth anymore. Can you guys hear me okay? Um, but that's it though. If you're not with me, then you don't live. And that's not like, that's a no. That's an absolute no. Now we can coexist on this earth, but you're not gonna be able to take me off of this earth. You're not gonna be able to do that. Oh no, that's not gonna happen. But a narcissist feels entitled to that. If you're not supporting me, then there is no need for you to exist. And you know what? It's so sad, but that's the world we live in, y'all. That this narcissism thing, even though it appears to be uh, an overused word, like people just taking it all out of context, they don't know what it means. Everybody's a narcissist because it's that rampant. It's that rampant, and it's spreading like the pandemic spread. Even like Dr. Romani says, and she's a performance expert on narcissism, right? She says that narcissism is the pandemic of our time. Do y'all understand that? Like, if you get too close to it, it's going to get on you. That's what that means. That if you're near it, it's going to infect you. It's going to infect and affect. And that there is really no way to get away from it, because these people exist in all arenas, in all areas of our lives, including the church. And in a large way, you guys, I almost believe that the church is the one that created these people. I really do. Because what narcissist doesn't believe that they have some God-given authority to treat you the way that they do? It's sick. It's sick, but it's spiritual. And I don't really know, other than what I'm doing, what else I can do, you know? And so I just pray that, God uses me in a way that is impactful for someone to realize like how harmful these people can be. And you know what else I was thinking about? I think the Bible talks about narcissists more than we really acknowledged before. Because I know some people don't really acknowledge the whole, about the Bible and talking about narcissists, but you guys know it's the Jezebel spirit. We're talking about in biblical terms. But I also believe that when the Bible talks about a fool, I believe that they're talking about the narcissist. And maybe that's something we need to do a separate live stream on, and we need to really unpack that, We need to really have that conversation. But I really truly believe that when you look at the description of the Bible and the many, especially in the book of Psalms or Proverbs, I think it is Proverbs, where it talks about the fool, and a lot, it talks about it in that book, the Bible. And you can see that a lot of those characteristics are the same characteristics that's carried on by these narcissists. They're fools. They are fools, y'all. And the Bible has so many warnings for us against fools. But we somehow, right, us good old goody two-shoe Christians like to believe that we are supposed to be close to everybody. We embrace everybody. Everybody is supposed to be in our circle, in our friend group, and we just got to tolerate everybody. Even the Bible says that that's the major problem, that we're tolerating this Jezebel spirit. We're tolerating it in the spirit of, well, we're not going to judge. Well, everybody makes mistakes. Well, nobody's perfect. And that whole lie, it ain't nothing but gaslighting. It ain't nothing but gaslighting, y'all. I believe that the Bible was talking about narcissists when they talked about the fool. Just tell me how it won't match. Okay? Because I can see how it matches in every way. So y'all can tell me how you don't feel it matches. Like if you disagree with that, tell me why. Tell me why you don't agree with that. Because it seems to add up. From what I've seen of narcissistic behavior and what I've seen from the religious narcissist, oh my God. And I would even go further to even say that they're the Antichrist of our time. They are the Antichrist. I ain't, you heard it, okay? I ain't met one narcissist that doesn't put himself on the level of God or Jesus. My own brother goes as far as to remove the actual Jesus from the cross in pictures and put himself up there, y'all. Oh yeah, narcissism is spread, baby. It's spread in my own family. So what I'm saying is, can we really afford to pretend like that this isn't a thing? Can we really afford to not form some type of community that is concerned about these things, that whose discernment is intact, okay? Because you have to have discernment. You have to. Because if you don't have discernment, you will be deceived. You will be tricked over and over and over again. And they groom you. They groom you for the next narcissist to abuse you too. That's if they leave you with any life left. That's if you're lucky and they leave you with some life. They leave you with a little breath in your body. Because guess what? They're taking us out. They're taking Black women out at a rate of less than every 5 hours. And you can't tell me that it isn't a narcissist, a psychopath, sociopathic narcissist that's doing it. They're not just crazy. They feel justified in this. They feel justified in their behavior. And I'm telling you, how do you combat that? You don't. You just get the hell away from it as far as you can. And then you tell everybody else to get away from it too. You warn anybody who will listen. And then if it's people who won't listen and they insist on being over there, then you just leave them. You just leave them alone. Because you know everybody can't go. Everybody's not going to be able to go. They're not going to go. It's people that will be deceived. And they want that. They want it. They want to be deceived. So I'm telling you, we're not going to be able to stop them. But what if we could neutralize them? What if we could curb their behavior, at least to make things a bit safer for ourselves and each other? What if we could alert each other of all the things that we see and we hear, and how our discernment kicks in, right? Because we're all probably going to hear and see different things, but what if we could come together and come to some type of, consensus, some type of a judgment that we can all agree on? Like-minded discerners. Maybe we don't all agree on it, but at least we all analyze it. We have the discussion. We share the information. Devontae, my son just got home from work, y'all. Guess he heard me talking, decided to go in upstairs. I'm on my last braid, you guys. So that means it took me 30 minutes to do these braids and to talk y'all ear off. But I hope that makes sense. I want you guys to engage more, right? Like, y'all are a very quiet bunch. And I don't really know what that means. I don't know if it means, okay, we're getting what we need, we don't need to comment, or does that mean I'm not really reaching you? Like, I don't know what that means. So you're gonna have to tell me what that means. Communicate. But you can start by liking the video. Hello, darling. You can start by liking the video. I don't even do that when I look a mess. But anyway, y'all, he just came in here and put his camera all in my face. Y'all can imagine how crusty I look out here trying to braid my hair.
Braid? That's what you call it?
Yeah, I braided it and I just twisted up so I can have some form.
Oh, you black braided? Mm-hmm. I got a strong posture, don't I?
Yeah. Yeah, this child said he got a strong posture.
Like, man, somebody didn't even say it.
That's what you was doing on that wrestling field. On the wrestling mat. Anyways, you guys, okay, I'm done. Thank you for keeping me company. Did you eat? All right, you guys, I love you. Bye-bye for now. Hey, don't forget to get in the comments section. Let me know what y'all think, okay? Is it a such thing as Neutralizing the Narcissist? Or am I off base? Okay, like, am I crazy? Okay, y'all can let me know. All right, you guys, I love you. Bye bye for now.